Shalom, shalom. Well, willing to sound. It's good. Well, willing, y'all can hear me. Gonna make this early morning lesson. I gotta get this spiritual part out of my head. Um, First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world ultimately calls Jesus Christ. The Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit. And I'm going to give a double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach one through the Spirit, and one that they will continue to endure and be sincere. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word, that they endure and be sincere. And shalom to the Akwatiyam that are believers of His faith and His truth, but one that they can continue to pursue their lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. The Lord will most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that is not in the faith, right? The title of this lesson is Isaiah 60, really verse 1 to 4, but verse 2 is the point. Gross darkness, the people, and just to land me off, the brother Yarmayan, we got to be thankful that we have the Rakakadash, right? Because the light is the knowledge. The light is Yahweh Shai, but the light is the knowledge that the Lord allowed us to get through the Rakakadash to be able to understand His doctrine, right? So gross darkness, the people is going into like confusion or madness. Deuteronomy 28, verse 28. So let's just get it in real quick. Lord willing, through Spirit. Lord willing, this is edifying, to sheep, regardless if you hear from beer. So this is Isaiah chapter 60. We're going to deal with a few other points, but this is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. It says, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee," right? And later on, we're going to show verses of that glory, right? Because it comes with the affliction, the persecution, the mock, or the mockery or the scoff of, your brothers and sisters or people of another nation, right? Because when you start to grow in this light, this knowledge, you become a prey. A lot of people don't understand that they're a prey in this faith. Some people might not even see it yet because you haven't grew up to the standard, because it's levels to this truth. Just because you come and you know the name of the Lord, you're gonna have to suffer to get that kingdom. And the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee, right? It says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth," right? Confusion, madness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, the people of Zion, right? 2/3, right? When we go all the way down to Moses, when we continue to get to where we are right now, a lot of our people are in a confused, madness, astonishment state. This is why every day you have to work on it. Don't complain that you're doing this every day. Don't complain you're doing it every week, right? Because this is a gift. Faith is a gift, right? This knowledge, this light is a gift, right? It says, "But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and His glory shall be seen upon thee." How? Because of the affliction, right? I'm going to get a few precepts before I continue on verse 3 and 4, right? First, I want to get this. I want to go to Ephesians, the 6th chapter first. And we're going to touch back on to the points again, right? This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 14 to 17. It says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with the truth. Hold on, let me make sure this is what I really want. Salaki. I was a little excited. Ephesians 5. I knew something wasn't looking right when I read that precept right there. So Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14 to 17. It says, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead. Revelations 11:11. Right? Sleeping is like Romans 13:11. Wake out of sleep, for your salvation is nearer than what you believe. Right? Ever since Yahushua came in the picture, the end time is already being ushered in. Awake thou that sleepest. Is Jake still sleep right now because the gross darkness, that confusion, that madness, that astonishment mindset. It says, arise from the dead, and Mashiach shall give thee light. What is that light? That knowledge, In Isaiah 50:4 is going to go with it, right? It says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Every day you're supposed to know, if you're walking in the light of Yahweh Hashem Shai, that the days are evil. You are fighting a battle. Some people really don't know that they're fighting a battle. This is one thing that the brother Yarmayan said at work. Everything you do in your life, everything you do each day, everything that's going on every week, every month, the Lord orchestrated it on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. We're living in his story. This is his story, but we're living it in the flesh. Something I said in a lesson I did the other day, if you was able to have eyes to really see what's going on, like seeing power or energy transform from one device to another device, when you pray, seeing the light that illuminates around you, or the angels that's above, in the sky, or here and there where your prayers is going to them and they sending it to the Father. Just imagine if we was able to see in those eyes. You have to know that you're fighting a battle if you are truly in this faith, right? 17, which is the point, it says, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, right? We don't want to be unwise, because being unwise is that darkness, that confused state, that state of madness, right? And it's a lot of people that are in a state of madness. Right? Just like how it says in verse 18, be not drunk with wine. Now you could take that literal, but it's through the spirit. It's talking about the philosophies wherein is access, but be filled with the spirit, right? Because when you getting drunk off of the wine that's not of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, or that light, you're going to be consumed. Let's get another one real quick. A classic, because the will of the Lord is for us to do what he asks us to do. Better yet, Yahweh Shai made the best example. We have to be obedient, obedient until his coming, right? Verse 6 is the point, but verse 1 to 6. This is Deuteronomy 4, verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments, which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live and go and possess the land which Yahweh, God of your fathers, giveth you, right? This is a problem where a lot of us, we're not trying to be a doer. Every day you should be working, because you're in a battle with your flesh, and you're in a battle with this world. You're in a battle with the plague of your freaking mind. If you can't understand that somebody that's not trying to pursue that kingdom, not trying to pursue Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're going to always bump heads, even if it's the littlest matter, even if you don't see it. The Lord didn't put us under the sun to have a good time, but you can have a good time, right? As long as you ain't committing unrighteousness, but you have to be able to see with a spiritual eye, like, yo, This is what I should be really doing this. Because the more that you consume yourself with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the more you're going to start to see people ain't going to like you. People ain't going to want to be around you. This truth is not about popularity. You're not going to be that guy, that female. It's not going to be, it's going to come with problems. That's why we look to the example of Yahushai, right? Verse 2, it says, ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of Yahweh your power, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what Yahweh did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that follow Baal Peor, Yahweh thy power have destroyed them from among you. Now, this we can go into an idol, right? When you look at following these false beliefs, especially following Jesus Christ and not coming into the light, because this light is going to bring you back to the true name of the Heavenly Father, bring you back to the true name that Gabriel gave to Mary and Joseph, right? This is going to bring you back to who is the Bible for, right? It's going to bring you back to who salvation is, right? But it's levels to it, because certain mysteries, a lot of people ain't gonna understand. Men, women or men. Some people are not going to get the virgin birth, which is not a virgin birth. It's just a young woman that was marriageable age. But you have to get the precepts through the Lord's knowledge to understand what was going on. Some people can just get it right away because the Lord have given you that spirit to making it easy for you to understand, right? Verse 4, it says, but ye that did cleave unto Yahweh your power are alive, every one of you this day through the Spirit, right? All of us that's cleaving to the Lord, that's being sincere through the Spirit, we are alive, right? Because St. John 14:6, Yahushua is the way, the truth, and life, right? Your whole life under the sun is to live in the Lord, to abide in the Lord, to cleave unto the Lord. Verse 5, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh thy power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, first and foremost, right? This is Moses speaking. Now the Lord, when you go to 2 Esdras 15, the Lord allowed these words to be written on paper. Now the Lord have risen up the prophets to be able to give us this understanding. Even more, the Lord is going to work with the prophets to give us the secrets. That's what is it? Psalm 25:14, right? Amos 3:7, 2 Esdras 14, right? The ones that are wise to teach this word, they're going to be flowing with the fountain of wisdom, understanding, and wisdom. And their belly is going to flow ever living water, St. John chapter 7, verse 38 or 39, right? And it says, your understanding in the sight of the nation, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation. I mean, surely this great nation is wise and are understanding people, right? We haven't fully got to that level yet. But when you really understand on the outskirts, when you're on social media, if you was to really see what's going on social media, what's going on YouTube, the biggest topic is the 12 tribes. The biggest topics is the Hebrew Israelites. The biggest topic is chariots, UFOs. Nobody else was truly really bringing them out. I'm not trying to boast anything, but from what I see, when I first got in this, I didn't hear a lot of camps bringing out the chariots of the Lord. When I started fully being dedicated to watching GMS, the apostles and them on down, I kept hearing chariots. And then now what's happening in the United States, you got a lot of people bringing out Ezekiel 1, Ezekiel 2, bringing out books I never heard a Christian bring out or an Edomite. The Lord has his children being watched, because it's the same thing of old. When we were following the ways of the Lord, trying to rehearse the righteous acts, people were looking at us more. Even scoffers of our nation was looking at us more. When you go to Acts, the 5th chapter, right? Let's get something else real quick before I start getting antsy and drifting off, right? This is First Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, and we're going to read 8 and 9. Then we'll try to slide back to Isaiah 60 real quick. So this is First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 8 and 9. It says, "But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love." Love is that deed and that truth. 1 John 3 and 18. And for the helmet, the hope of salvation, right? Ephesians chapter 6, right? And the ones that's of the day is the one that's consumed with the light in Isaiah 60. You know, how can we be the light of the Gentiles, which all Israel became the mindset of Gentiles on this side? Everything that the Lord was leading Paul to do was to usher in this moment of all of us. After the Lord, when you read Malachi, the 3rd chapter, the Lord raised up John the Baptist again through the Spirit. You will see Abba Bibbins, because the Lord was going to raise up John the Baptist before, or Elijah before, the coming of Yahushua. Everybody has a role in this thing, you know, and now we're all able to consume this truth. I can't just say I did this on my own. The Lord started all the way until the 1950s, all the way till now. This is how this truth was growing. Before the 1950s, no nigga was really getting in these scriptures. Yes, we had slave songs, but for 350 years, we was consumed with the darkness of this world, and we deserve it, right? But now that we got this light, Isaiah 60 and 1, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee." Right? This light is this knowledge that we got, right? That light is Yahushua. But when Yahushua left, he left us the Rakak Wadash that's going to teach us all things in his doctrine, the doctrine of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Right? Verse 9, "For God hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach." How are we going to obtain it? By believing. Now, I said I was going to go back to Isaiah, but we have to go to this classic, Romans 11. Who's going to obtain this salvation, right? When we go to Romans 11 and 7, this is a little tricky spot. When it says, "What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for?" Reparations. I want to be a millionaire, right? Israel is trying to obtain so much on this side, but not the light. That goes back to Isaiah 60 and 2, right? The gross darkness, the people. That darkness is that confusion, that madness. But wait, hold on. The next sentence say, "But the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded." The rest that are blinded are looking for reparation, trying to look for living their best life on this side, right? Our kids is trying to find their way in the world. Oh, I want to find this career. Soon as we're not in this truth, or soon as you find some type of way to stop consuming this light, you're going to fall back into that darkness, because we're in a battle, you know, and the Lord have given us the tools to overcome what's on the other side. Hold on, I got to get another one. We got to go to Ephesians, the 6th chapter, because if he gave us a tool to overcome the other side of the coin, to overcome that darkness, the confusion, the madness, the astonishment, we should be using this tool daily as much as you can. Of course, you want to balance out, but the more you grow in this thing, this is the secret. The more you grow in the Lord, and the knowledge, the prophecies, the parables, the dark sayings, the more you do not want to be here, the more you despise it. It's Ephesians chapter 6, verse 17. "And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God." Right? The word is our sword. When you go to St. John 17:17, "Sanctify them through thy truth, thy word is truth." Right? The word is our sword. The word is a two-edged sword. You have to use this as much as you can, and then when it get dull, you sharpen it up. What did the man in the Wiz say? The metal dude, the Tin Man. "Slide some oil to me." Sliding that oil is that understanding, but we can't get it without the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We have to make it make sense. In order for us to get our kingdom, what has to happen? This has to happen, that has to happen, but that all goes back to prophecy. How are we going to understand prophecy if we're not trying to seek that light, or we're not trying to seek the prophets that the Lord put in the forefront to go and study and to go and teach us? If you want to get the hell up out of here, you have to consume what the Lord have given us to help us guide us out of this mother sucker. Because you got to get out of here spiritually and mentally in order to achieve to get out of here physically. Lord willing, I'm not speaking too fast. Lord willing, you understand exactly what I just said, you know. But let's go back to Isaiah chapter 60. We're going to read verse 1 down again. Verse 1, it says, Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Now, only when we read Romans 11:7, only the ones that's going to obtain this knowledge, those are the ones that's going to get that glory, that's going to get that affliction, that's going to be a prey on this side. Because to serve the Lord, to come in this light, is long suffering. But the other ones that don't want long suffering, that's impatient, right, that want to be comfortable in this world, they're going to be gross darkness. Let's just get this precept. We're going to come right back. We're going to come right back. I promise. Promise. Deuteronomy 28, verse 28. We're going to read verse 3 to 4 to Isaiah 60. So Deuteronomy 28, verse 28. Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. What is that heart? Your mind. So your mind is going to be in madness. Your mind is going to be blind. And your mind is going to have a astonishment mentality, right? Trying to be a celebrity, trying to be this. Let me do that. Let me do this. Let me be in the limelight. And you're going to be blind. You got some people that's teaching this word and they're actually blind on something false or something that they're doing that they shouldn't be doing. You know, this is not about, yay, man, I got 50,000 people watching me. Hey, I'm happy for you if you do. But are you looking in between the line? Like, I got 50,000 people. I wonder how many of the elect is watching. Because it's really just about feeding the elect. And over that, it's really about pleasing Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The more people you might have watching you, the more people that you might try to build, you might sharpen up, the more you want to be sincere, the more you want to take it. I'll go back to Isaiah. I'll just read a precept on the side behind the scenes. This is Luke chapter 9 and verse 23. It says, and he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Every day you're supposed to be denying yourself, right? And picking up your cross. When you understand when Yahushua was picking up the cross in that time, just like the apostle and the bishop did on a Tuesday class, the cross was heavy for him to walk it or carry it for a mile or a mile and a half. Another brother that they had helped him carry that cross. And when you look at it spiritually, him holding that cross is him carrying all the sins, all the burdens of the whole 12 tribes of Israel. But only the elect are going to obtain that salvation and get it on this side because they're shining in that light. They're chasing that light. It's like when you see a cat and you got that red laser and you put it on the floor and they keep chasing the red light. The elect, whoever they may be, man, And women are seeking that light as much as they can because everything in this world is consuming you, the air, the food, right? The TV, your phone, right? Just found out that, iPhones push the most energy when it talks about a cellular device. And of course, as an upgrade and a fancy phone, iPhones carry more radiation power than an Android or this phone or that. But you have to understand the system that you're in is supposed to wear you out from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai so you can be tired, right? So we're going to read 3 and 4 in Isaiah 60. It says, the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings to the brightness of thy rising. Now, of course, you're going to think Gentiles, of course, mean nations. But this Gentile is to usher in what the Lord was pushing Paul for his ministry to be, the apostle for the Gentiles. These Gentiles are Israelites that are not following the ways of the Lord, either the law, the circumcision, or the faith. They're not following none of it because we've been in our history is 14 major captivities. Outside of the minor captivities, we were in 7 big captivities, which this one right here that we're in is the last one. And the Greek captivity really messed us up. And we were really walking like Gentiles. Either our parents, our father was walking in the ways, and we got raised up in the ways. And then our mother was actually believing in the Lord. The father probably passed, or the mother was still trying to teach you the original customs of the Lord, but you were still raised in the mindset of a Gentile. You was working or doing heathen customs like a Gentile. However it may be, it's the same thing that's going on now, because all that the Lord had Paul do was to be able to usher us into this light, right? Because that falling away that happened, when the knowledge start rising, all the Israelites, the Black, Latino, Hispanics, and natives, right? They were in a darkness place, which was a madness, astonishment, in a confused state of mind, believing in Jesus. Hallelujah, heel toe, the crip walk in the church, right? We were confused, and that's the mindset of an Israelite that is a Gentile, right? But let's keep going. Verse 4. Lift up thy eyes round about and see. All they gather themselves together, they come to thee. Thy son shall come from far, and thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side. That this is what this light is going to do. It's going to draw the family or the believers together. What scoffers? Scoffers is not coming together in this truth. And if they do come together, they're going to mess up the gathering, just like we can see in other books, like when we go to Acts, right? When you go into the Gospels, right? So now, let me just get another side one real quick before. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 50. And we're going to read verse 4. And this is a very important verse. It says, Yahweh Shemashai power have given me the tongue of the learned, that I should know how to speak a word in season to him that is weary. Don't the Lord tell us what we see in the New Testament be in season and out of season, the wintertime, the springtime, the summertime, right? Over and over and over and over and over again. We have to speak a word in a season to him that is weary. And waketh morning by morning, he waketh my ear to hear as the learned. Let's read it in another translation. Let's see what it says in the NLT. It says, the sovereign Yahweh has given me his words of wisdom, right? This shows what I said earlier. It is a gift to have the light. It is a gift to have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It is a gift to have faith. It is a gift to have grace. Grace is favor. This grace period is about to shut down. So you're supposed to use it as much as you can because it is a gift. The Lord has given me his words of wisdom. That is better than this dumbass Christmas you niggas is about to do. The Lord have given you wisdom. The wisdom is in these scriptures that people don't want to pick up. Prophecies, parables, dark sayings, over and over again. It says, so that I know how to comfort the weary. How are we going to know how, especially as men, teachers, how are we going to deal with situations if we're not cleaving to his wisdom? We're not cleaving to his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. When Solomon became a king, he asked the Lord for wisdom and understanding instead of asking for riches, women, and the death of all his enemies. What are you asking for? You know, it says, morning by morning, he awakens me and opens my understanding to his will. Why do you think when you really start taking this truth serious, you grow? You grow. What do a flower do? It grows. Of course, when another season comes, that flower not supposed to, it ends up dying. But the only thing about this truth, it is a lively truth. It's going to live forever. Heaven and earth is going to pass away, but the word of Yahweh Shema Shai will not. You know, so only thing we got to do in this truth is grow, be consistent, be solid like a rock, because there's going to be things that's going to try to knock your corners off, try to knock you off your pivot. You know, a cinder block will come and hit that building and it falls down and they got to be rebuilt. But when you're building in the light of Yahweh Shema Shai, nothing can knock you down, but things can tempt you. Things can try to make you trip. You have to be thankful the Lord had given you this gift. So what is you doing on your days? Are you being occupied? Are you being diligent? Right? Let's get something else. Right? Let's go to this real quick. Let's go back to the history. Let's go to Exodus, the 4th chapter, in verse 11 and 12. You know, sometimes we cry the more knowledge that we grow in this thing. Oh man, I can't believe this happened. You know, you gotta have a sorrowful heart. That's what repenting is about, being sorry, being sorrowful for what you have done. You know, that's a contrite spirit, you know, taking accountability, being sorrowful for what you have done. This is why we're always in the face of the Lord. He sees everything. Exodus chapter 4, verse 11 and 12, it says, and Yahweh said unto him, who have made man's mouth, or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I Yahweh? So the Lord is the one that allowed you to be confused. The Lord is allowed you to be in a lower state. The Lord allowed you to have this light. If you don't got this light, it's all Yahweh Shema Shai. If you do got this light, it's all Yahweh Shema Shai. Why is that? Because the Lord is searching every man, every woman, every child heart. That's why you got what you got. And whatever you dealing with is because the Lord know your heart. You know, it says, now therefore go. I will be with thy mouth and teach thee what thou shalt say. Why you think the Lord tell us even in the New Testament, don't worry about what you're going to say. The more you grow into the Lord, the more you trust in the Lord, right? The more you're doing for the Lord is working through us, man, especially the men. The men are teaching fluently. The true men, the true prophets, apostles, evangelists, they're teaching, but it's all the Lord. You're not just doing one lesson out the week. You're constantly putting your hand to the plow because your adversaries is working more than you. Do you know it's more wicked Jake than it is righteous? The title of this lesson, Gross Darkness, the People, right? So that means it's a lot of people in a confused madness and astonishment, a state in the heart. So we got to work double time, full time, 5 to 9. You got to work more than that. 7-Eleven, 24/7. You got to do it as much as you can. Yes, you're going to have a balance. You know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm about to go chill for a minute. But guess what? The more you attach yourself to the Lord, sometimes you might make a plan and the Lord will have you do something else. You know? It's a craving that you have, and it's really just the spirit, right? Let me get another one. This is Jeremiah. We're going to go to a classic, Jeremiah chapter 1. The point is verse 9. Well, let's see. I'll read from verse 4 to 9. It says, Then the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. So any man, any woman, whatever you dealing with, whatever you're not dealing with, the Lord formed you from your belly. So if you start coming in this faith, you start knowing the name of the Lord, you get confidence that you got to know that the Lord is allowing you to know his name. The Lord is allowing you to know this truth. That's why we got to always be humble. Always be lowly in heart. It says, And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, he purified you, he cleansed you, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So talking to you men, if you always are putting your hand to the plow, always teaching and being diligent, the Lord ordained you to be a prophet. The Lord ordained you to be a believer, man or woman or child. Then said I Lord God, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. But Yahweh said unto me, Say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Man's going to the Lord. Now, some cases it might not be the same where I go outside and I see this brother, he want to hear, because Jake is still in a darkness mindset. Madness, confusion, right, and astonishment. So you might go outside and nobody want to hear you, but the Lord might have you doing a recording because of the time that we're in, and you send this on the social media, you send it on YouTube, and it goes where it goes, and the Lord is allowing whoever is that sheep to cleave to those videos, right? And the Lord is pouring out that word through you. Paul said it. He said, I plant the seed and Apollos water, but it's really Yahweh Shema Shai that gives the increase, right? Verse 8, it says, Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith Yahweh. This is the all stern mindset you must have when it comes to Yahweh Shema Shai. Family and friends might try to go up against you. You can't be fearful. You have to stand your ground on the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, Then Yahweh put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And Yahweh said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. Now we're able to put the words of the Lord in our mouth. Now you get to read his physical word. When you get stuck, you get to go right on your YouTube and type in, hey, for me, I could say GMS Isaiah 60 or Isaiah 17 or Jeremiah this or Second Ezra this, and I can hear these brothers go from precept to precept, and I get to write my notes down and then pause the video, go read it, see if I see it, see if I can line it up, see if I'm getting other precepts that line up with it, just to make sure I'm saying the same thing that they saying. Just like Eminem said, you saying the same thing that he said. You don't want to be a parent, but you want to be like the Berea, I believe in Acts the 17th chapter, where they even went back to go see what Paul was bringing out through the laws and the prophets to make sure that he was given the truth, because we don't want to just leap off and just follow anything. You want to make sure that you're being taught correctly, right? I want to go. So I gave you verse 9. I'm about to go to this real quick just to show, let's make Yahweh Shem Yahushai true and every man a liar. So this is Acts, I believe, chapter 17 in verse 10. We'll start at verse 10. So Acts chapter 17, verse 10. See Paul at Berea. It says, And the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue, the chief house of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind, right? Because they was ready to receive that light. That's how you got to be. Even if you don't know the lesson, or if you do, you have to be ready, right? It says, and search the scriptures daily, whether those things were so. So you're hearing somebody bring it out, and you're not, oh man, damn, this is taking forever. No, you're really listening and ready. Wow, oh yeah. And then when they get done and you got time, you're going to do what? Make your calling and election sure. Search the scriptures daily whether those things were true. So when somebody bringing out a chapter, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, you're going to write as much as you can. Hey, what you say, what verse? And you're going to go read it for yourself and make sure the same way that they were saying it and reading it, and you're going to all these precepts, and then sometimes you're like, wow, that's crazy. Then you might even read it in another translation, and you like, dang, that really hit. Man, the Lord was really moving in the spirit. Man, that brother was hitting points. And they did that following after what Paul and Silas said. That's how they knew Yahweh Shai was moving them. So again, these were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind. It was ready to receive it. It searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. Therefore, many of them believed, also of honorable women, which were Greeks, and of men, and not a few. So if these were women that were Greeks, these were Israelite women that were speaking Greek and probably doing customs of Greeks. But because Paul and Silas was teaching the way they was, and those women were ready to hear the word, that they believed, right? Therefore, many of them believed. So even these women that were Greek Israelites, Greek speaking or walking like Greeks, they started to believe. It says, when the Jews of Thessalonica had knowledge that the word of God was preached of Paul at Berea, they came thither so and stirred up the people. This is how we know the glory of Yahweh Shai is going to be upon his true servants, right? Because people are going to come against the ministry. Just like yesterday when I woke up, you found out a little bit going into work that it's a brother that made a fake page and saying he was GMS and he strangled his wife or his girlfriend to death because she lay with another man. We don't teach that. We don't teach that. That's all the Lord. For me, let a woman go lay with another man. Man, curses is going on the side, and I hope something happens to you because the Lord is going to do better for his servants, right? But hey, you can finish reading all the way to 15 if you want, but I'm going to go to. I want to give you one more. Let's go to this one, Luke, the 21st chapter. Luke, the 21st chapter, and verse 15. Everything that was just said, Lord willing, if you did miss anything, or even if you heard everything, re-hear it again and take the precept for yourself and go back in there. I didn't give you bad precepts because we would be here for a long time, right? This is Luke chapter 21. I'm gonna read from verse 10, but the point is verse 15. Verse 15 is the point. So if you're writing this down, you can write next to verse 15. 15 is the point, right? So verse 10, it says, then said he, things to come. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Salaki. Great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, famines and pestilence and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues, into the prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. What is his name? Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, and the Son, Yahweh Shai. Right? This is going to go to Isaiah 59, being a prey. It says that it shall turn to you for a testimony, a witness, a record. Settle it therefore in your hearts and your mind, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. Man, what I'm going to say to these people, they persecute me, they're going to put me in prison, going to the synagogues, brought to the kings. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries, your enemies, shall not be able to gainsay or resist. They ain't gonna be able to resist this. They ain't gonna be able to resist this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding when it's your time to speak. It says, ye shall be betrayed both by parents, brethren, kinfolks, friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. That's why Mark 3 and 35 is probably my favorite verse. Whoever do the will of my Father is my brother, mother, and sister. Those are the ones that's not going to betray you and go against you. But the ones that's not filled with this light, seeking this light, devouring this light, hungry for this light, impatient for the light, right? Just like we just read in Acts 17, ready to hear it, ready to change, ready to grow. They're going to betray you. They're going to be against you, right? They're going to be ready to say something. They're going to be ready to take you to the cop. Oh, he didn't take the Quran. You have to know your parents, your brethren, your kinfolks, your friends, and some of you shall be caused to be put to death. Are you ready to die for this? Some of y'all, oh yeah, I am. Let this shit hit the fan. Some of y'all gonna buckle up just like when you get in a roller coaster, or you get in a car and you about to stop, or you get in an accident. The buckle get tighter and it's hard for you to unlock that mother sucker. You gotta buckle up because you have to know what you signed up for is long suffering. If you can't handle your family and friends, you must have really didn't devour this light, because devouring the light is to prepare you for this. We're serving the ultimate power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. If our family die on this side, they ain't much your family if they die. If you die on this side, and you die because you didn't want to follow the Lord and be consumed by his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, who are you? You're dead now. You're getting burned by the fire and the brimstone. Those nukes hit you while the elect is beamed up. You're done. Of course, you're going to come right back through the regeneration. But the whole point is to get the salvation, getting saved from your enemies. Like Moses getting physically saved. That's what you want. That's why we got to overcome these humps. You have to know that you signed up to be a prey, right, for the Lord. When you start taking this more serious, you start seeing friends, people don't want to be, when people want to be around you, you still in their good graces. You still not crazy out here. You know, mostly a lot of men go through this more than women and children because men got to teach all the time. They hold a different standard. A lot of us men don't tolerate certain things, so men gotta go through it way worse than women and children. You know, way worse, right? But this is Isaiah 59 and 15. It says, yeah, true faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. Come on, man, close the book and pray. You see, it says, he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. Through the spirit, you have to know the left-hand side. The more you serve the Lord, the left-hand side is going to try to bother you even more. What did that spirit say? I know Paul and I know Yahushua, but you I don't know. When you wicked, you will be consumed automatically. But when you're serving the Lord, you're a problem to the algorithm on the left-hand side, right? Somebody told me to go watch The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy. I watched that before, but you watch it with a spiritual eye. You got to know the higher ups in this world, especially be talking, the demons or, the left-hand side to get the things that they want on this side. But it's all the Lord. Don't you know we talking to Yahweh Shemal Shai on the right-hand side? So yeah, true faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And Yahweh saw it. It pleased him that there was no judgment for the ones that's looking at you like they are lying and you a prey. But we're a prey on this side. Hold on. Let's go to Yahushai. Yahushai was a prey. Let's go to the classic. Yahushai Stalaki. I'm too excited. Yahushai was a prey. Yahushai was a prey. Know what you signing up for. You know, sometimes I'm watching a movie just to make me go harder. When I already watched Passing the Christ, I already watched this and watched that. But when I watch them again, now that I grow in knowledge, I look at it in the way of the not like when I see Yahushua as a European dude, I think of him and see him as a dark skinned man. Or I look at the movie The Color of the Cross, where he is a dark skinned man. And I try to fathom, like, man, this man went through it. I gotta go harder, man. Because anything you went through is not anything in this life. Losing money, getting beat, or women getting touched by her uncle, however it could be, it's still not worse than Hamashiach Yahushai. Because even if you get that, some people go through things in this world and they still don't turn to the Lord. And even if they do turn to the Lord, a lot of us can't let go of certain things. Yahushai really let go of this whole world when he was himself. Yahushai, it did commit no sin. He said he overcame the world. Guess what? The elect on this side is going to overcome the world. This Isaiah 53 verse 1. Who have believed our report? This is a question. The report of the of Hamashiach Yahushai, the report of that light, right? That knowledge. Into whom is the arm of Yahweh revealed? The arm is Yahushai on the right hand side. Who is he revealed? Only to the believers. A lot of y'all, look, somebody can bring out this prophecy and that, and you might be bumping up against it. Guess what? Yahushai fully is not revealed to everybody. Some parts you are. You believe, okay, he died for the children of Israel. As soon as we go into the regeneration, the 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 virgin birth, Jacob's trouble, salvation, the kingdom. Certain things, even when you go into the law, and certain things point to Yahushai. When you think of Yahushai was Isaac, or he's the second Adam, or Melchizedek, or Solomon, some people fully can't fathom it. When you go into these precepts, they still might, no. Guess what? Yahushai fully might not be revealed to you, because a believer is going to want to be ready to receive it. You got to get it. A believer is not doing a confrontation. They're asking questions, but they're allowing it to be answered and then yielding. Man, I need Yahushua to continue to be revealed to me. I still don't have enough. It says, for he shall grow up before him as a tender plant and as a root out of a dry ground. That's not a good thing. When you root a plant from out the ground, now it's dead. Right? It says he have no form, no comeliness, no beauty on this side, right? And it's going to further explain. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. Like he's not wearing the top fashion garments. He's not trying to be, oh, I'm that guy. He even said in the gospel, he had no place to lay his head. So he was really low. Why you think he said that in Luke 9:23? If you want to come follow me, right? You have to be low. You have to deny yourself and pick up your cross. We have to be just like him, be plucked up, right? It says he is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. We hid, as it were, our face from him. He was despised and we esteemed him not, right? He's a prey. That's what Yahushua is. He's a prey getting rooted out, let alone he's despised. Nobody want to be around this guy. Nobody want to see him. And you buckle under pressure like Peter. Hey, wasn't you with him? No, I wasn't with him. You buckle under pressure. Now you denying him. And this is what we always do. It says, surely he had borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. Right? He was afflicted for us. At the end of the day, the Lord have given us his wisdom. Yahushua have given us his knowledge, have given us his understanding. Better yet, the Lord allowed you to be an Israelite. That got to sink into you. This is the number one day job. This is the number one job in all the world. Making yourself worthy in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Every time when somebody give you something, or they giving it and seeing something in return, when they come back, they gonna want something in return. You know, when you go, what is it, Luke the 19th chapter, and I'm gonna end off of this one. This is Luke 19, going into the parable of money usage. Verse 11, it says, and as they heard these things, he added and spake a parable, an earthly story, but a heavenly matter, because we was nigh to Jerusalem, and because they thought that the kingdom of God should immediately appear. He said, therefore, a certain noble man, which is Yahushai, a righteous man, noble means virtue, virtuous, or righteous, went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom. The kingdom is a people before a place. The kingdom is the children of Israel, starting with the elect. And to return, and he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. The 10 pounds is what he gives you in this ministry, which is part of this life. And we're supposed to occupy in it, because when he comes back, he wants to see our worth, or see our work that we have been doing. But better yet, the Lord can already see you are being occupied or you're not. Again, the title of this lesson, gross darkness to people. Many are in darkness, are in a confused, madness, astonished mindset, and only a few are occupied, enduring to the end, even though trial after trial is happening. 14, it says, but his citizens hated him and sent a message after him saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. Right? These are those wicked Pharisees and apostles, the ones that's not believing in him. Right? There we go again. Yahushua is a prey. This noble man that we're reading this parable is a prey. It says, and it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. So when you're in this light, in this ministry, this truth, right, this knowledge, you're supposed to be growing. That is your gain. If you're not growing, you're not changing, you're not improving in your faith, you're not growing in your persistence, your consistency, right? Always complaining, always then no, the Lord. Then we always pointing and blaming him. Guess what? In Job, you have to understand, Job even made it clear. You're going to receive good and evil at the hand of the Lord, but what are you going to do with it? Job still didn't sin and curse out the Lord. Took it in. Hey, Lord, I know what it is. Yarmayan always tell me, he said, when things are karka happen in the house, all this is going to be destroyed. That helps me calm down a little when certain things is out my hand or out my reach. But when it deals with your household, you want to hurry up and put it in order, because you can still be held accountable with that. When your kids go off, you can be held accountable with that. Being in this truth will save your life. Being in this wisdom, knowledge, understanding will have you observing your house, seeing things, how things is not clean, how just because you want to order your household, you want to order yourself. Because when the Lord come back, how much every man had gained by trading. Then came the first, saying, Lord, thy pound have gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou had been faithful in every little, have thou authority over 10 cities? I want to have authority over 10 cities. I want the Lord to say, hey, you did a good job, good servant. I can't just be a couch potato. I have to move as much as I can in my position as a man, as a husband, as a brother, as a teacher, the same as for the women, even as the children. If the children believe, they're going to be doing their best too, because the Lord is watching us. I don't think a lot of y'all really get that. It says, in the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound have gained 5 pounds. And he said, likewise to him, be thou also over 5 cities. I don't care if it's 2 cities, 3 cities. I want to make Yahweh Shem Shai proud. And I can't just do that with word. I have to do it with action. It says, and another came saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. Use a lazy bumpkin. For I fear thee. You can fear the Lord and still be occupied, because thou art an all stern man, means rough or harsh. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And he saith unto him, out of thy own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an all-stern man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. You have to know the Lord is a man of war. You have to know that the Lord is all stern, harsh, and rough. You have to know that the Lord is not a respected person. You have to know this. If you're drawn to this light, you have to know this. And guess what? The more you fear the Lord, the more you will keep on walking it and talking it. If you don't really fear the Lord, you keep slacking. This is why some brothers or sisters you keep catching hell more off of the actions that you're doing. You're like, well, why am I getting this? Well, why is my big toe hurting? Or you just keep catching hell left and right. It's because you're literally doing something. And some of us can't even confess it to ourselves. Some of us trying to hide it from the Lord, but the Lord already knows. This is why the Lord sock you and bop you on the left-hand side and you think you are good. We're going to go through something on this side. But if you continually going through something, the Lord is really trying to let you know, yo, this is me doing this. You better stop doing what you're doing. There's no more excuses. No more excuses, man. It says, wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required my own with usury. And he said unto them that stood by, take from him the pound and give it to him that have the 10 pounds. The Lord would take what he gave to you and give it to somebody else because they're going to do better. A lot of men and a lot of women going to get humbled on this side, even before all hell breaks loose. People's position will get removed and somebody else will have your position. It says, and they said unto him, Lord, he have 10 pounds. For I say unto you that unto everyone which have shall be given, and from him that have not, even that he have shall be taken away from him. But those my enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. The Lord gonna kill you, man. This is even for myself. Keep playing around if you want to. The Lord have given us a free gift. The best gift that nobody in this world can really give you unless they're moved by the Rakakwadash, by teaching you, guiding you in this thing, trying to help you increase in faith. If you can't see this, the Lord got you blind in a strong delusion, and you might not be able to get out. You're just here for the ride. When all hell break loose, he's going to make you have the worst, and you're going to be separated from the platoon. Literally, just like Jeremiah, we got to be thankful that we have the Rakakwadash, where we're able to learn. A lot of you women, you're able to just sit home and scroll through a video. It's no excuses for you. But of course, you in the flesh, you're going to slip and fall. But this is you have it more easy. For you brothers that's not teaching, you got it easy too. You can just watch a video and constantly feed yourself. For you brothers that's teaching, you got to use every teaching, praying, studying, reading, watching videos, right? Meditating on the verse, right? Hey, fasting, breaking yourself down. You got to work every day. You picked up that Bible, you wanted to teach. You got to work every day. Even if you're not teaching, you're meditating. If you're not teaching or meditating, you're reading. You're going over your notes in your notebook, right? You might be watching videos. Shoot, you might be fat because it's as soon as you get it, growing this knowledge, you know that you're getting attacked even more. You're a target, man. You're a prey. And guess what? Right now, it might not even seem that bad. When all hell break loose, when it's MOTB, watch shit go. We just read it when we went to where was we at? I forgot where we was at. I think we was at Matthew. Or we was somewhere, we was in Luke 21, right? Yo, it's the Lord is preparing your family, your friends, your homie, that girl that's your best friend. The Lord is preparing them to go up against you. Everything is recorded. All the people that we know, your friends, your family that you cool with, somebody you're about to know, the Lord got them prepared. If your light is dim, shown, however, you are already marked. And the Lord is going to have them show their true colors in that day. And there we go. We all going to be tested like Peter. And we going to know in that day who really got faith. Are you using that light that the Lord have given you? In Isaiah chapter 6, 60. So we're going to read this again, but then we're going to close, family. This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, confusion and madness and astonishment, and gross darkness to people. On the children of Israel, the same darkness is going to be on them, but Yahweh shall arise upon thee. But who? The elect, right? The ones that was drawn to this light, the one that was given this light. And his glory shall be seen upon thee, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings to the brightness of thy horizon. Lift up thy eyes round about and see, or they gather themselves together. They come to thee. Thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because through Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the children of Israel will be glorified. We cannot be glorified without the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and without Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You try to get your own glory and do your own thing, you're setting yourself up to be destroyed. But when you're trying to get the glory through Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, as soon as you get that, continue to move in emotion. Continue to move in emotion. I love y'all to the moon and ever back. To the ones that's truly believing, the ones that's doing the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, is my brother, mother, and sister. And Lord willing, I can continue to do the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and I can be a brother to y'all too. Because this is all about family. And a true family is trying to break out of these shackles of darkness that's going to have them consumed in confusion, astonishment, and madness. And you're going to be thinking that you're living your best life. But through the spirit, you're really dead. So all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakapadash, Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahushai, Brakat Yahweh, and Brakat Yahushai. Shalom. Shalom.